YouTubers. This is Taylor, and I'm going to teach you how to play Arms by Christina Perri. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you why I'm starting to make tutorial videos. Well, first of all, I've been playing guitar for about, actually a year tomorrow, actually. July 21st is my anniversary date. And I have learned pretty much all my songs off of YouTube. And the ones that I haven't, I try to look for YouTube videos for tutorials on how to do it and stuff, but sometimes finding guitar tutorials on YouTube can be really difficult sometimes. I know, because it happens to me a lot. So the purpose of me having this channel is to help you guys out with the guitar tutorials. Like, I'm going to make videos that I would personally watch and that I think would be good learning videos to use. And well, today I'm teaching you how to play Arms, which is kind of, I don't know what kind of genre you would call Christina Perri, but to me it's kind of a popish kind of thing. I don't know what you guys would call it, but that's not all I do. Like, I listen to all kinds of music. I'll do tutorials from like rock music to like metal to pop to country, bluegrass, folk. You know, that's just how I am. The only thing I really don't do is rap and hip-hop, which I don't think I would have to worry about guitars for that, because most rap and hip-hop doesn't have guitars or anything else in it. So, if you think that you would like my videos and everything else like that, then please subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. Oh, one more thing. I also, I'm not going to do popular, like, songs that everybody knows. Like, I'm going to do unoriginal, like, not ordinary songs that you normally wouldn't think. Like, some popular songs, like, for example, like Sweet Child of Mine, or like I Love Rock and Roll, or whatever. Those are really popular, and there are thousands of guitar tutorials on how to do those. But I don't want to do that because there's so many else out there. So I decided I'm going to do songs that normally people would not put tutorials up here. So anyways, I hope you guys like my channel, and let's get to the song. Okay, so Arms by Christina Perri. One thing I want you to know is that in the recording there are two guitars that are being played. And one of them is down here at first position, and the other one is being played up here capoed at the 4th fret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you down here at first position first, because that's the one that I play. I mean, it's more difficult to play, but I think this sound is totally worth it, because you can practice and get the chords right and everything else like that. So I'm going to teach you first position first, and then I'll teach you when it's capoed at the 4th. Okay, so the chords that you need to play for first position is an E major, a G sharp minor, an A major, a B major, and a C sharp minor. In that order, okay? And there's one other thing. There's also a finger picking pattern. I don't know if you've noticed that listening to the song or not, but you know, it's not hard at all. It may seem like it, but it's really not. And I've seen a lot of covers of this song, you know, not tutorials, just covers, but usually they just strum the the low E and the high E. And I tried that, and I do not think it works at all, because it does not, you know, some chords sound the same, and I just don't think it sounds very good. So what I do is I strum the top two and the bottom two. So I add the A and the B together. And so, okay, so you first start out. You start out with your E major, okay? And you strum the E and the A. strum off. I'm just doing it just to demonstrate. And so you start out with the E. You start out like this, strumming it. Like that, you know, you can just sit there and you can practice the picking pattern for a while just to get the hang of it, or make sure that you're doing it right. So that's the picking pattern that you do throughout the whole song, except for maybe like one part, but I'll show that to you later. Now, for the intro, she starts out on E and she does the picking pattern, and then she goes down to a G sharp minor. If you don't know how to play G sharp minor, I don't know if you can see this or not, but what you do is you bar all of your strings on the 4th fret, which means you hold all of them down at the same time with your first finger. And then you take your 3rd finger and you put it on A string 6th fret, and then you take your pinky and you put it on D string 6th fret. So this is a G sharp minor, everybody. And with my 2nd finger, I usually hold down my 1st just as a little extra support for when I borrow the strings, because I know it's a little difficult if you've ever tried it before. But that was the G sharp minor chord. And so she does that. She goes to the E, and then she goes to G sharp minor, and that's just a short little intro. And then for the verse, she starts out with E, and she holds that for the first line, and then at the very end she goes to G sharp minor, and she does that. It's a very short time. And then the second line she goes back, and then she goes to G sharp minor again. And that's pretty much the whole thing of all 3 of the verses. Now for the pre-chorus, which is where she's like, you put your arms around me, and I believe that kind of thing. She goes to A major, and then she goes to B, then she goes back to A, and then she goes back to B, and then she goes to E, and then she goes to B, and then A, and then B. Now, it's the same picking pattern. I was just strumming it for you. And so, now that you do that, since it's A and you don't strum all of the strings, you just strum the 5 and not the low E, what I do is instead of doing the E and the A on top, I do the A and the D. So it's kind of like that, because you just start out with the A and you strum the A like this. Like that. And that's the same thing I do with the B. I use the B bar chord because I think it's a lot easier than the B major. To be honest, you can do the B major if you want. But anyways, and so she does that. So it's A, B, A, B, and then E for you to B, A, B. Okay, that's the pre-chorus. And now for the line of the chorus, it's A, and then B, and then E. And that's when the whole intro thing starts again. And then you go back to the verses. Now, it's a little bit different now because the first line of the second verse is the same. But the second line of the second verse, it's the E, the E, and then she does the G sharp minor for a little bit, and then she goes to C sharp minor.